さっきので15回か。マジか。よし。ツイッターにやらないとね。喉がよし、やっていこう。これでミルトンのねやつが終わったところか。
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
封じたにはいいけど。
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
これはもうこっちじゃなくてね。だよね。振り向かれてきた誰かがいるっていうのはやめてほしいな。そしてゲームブロードキャストをね、やる前に目薬をつけとけばよかった。
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Oh, これ触りたい。Hello. Candy. Pizza. なんとか。
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee.
めっちゃ頭使えるこれ。
Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
仲間かこれ。
On the edge of a city named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for men. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
グシーンは欲しいべ、かっこいいだろ。
The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. followed the sound of her.
Like アイオロスなんとかっていうのでこっちにしよう。
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
はい、戻りましょう。ダメ？そうですか。首ですか？はい。
We began to forget the world we know.
No.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Ah, 肝がいっぱい、やだ。
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Eh? 待って。戻して。嘘やろ。まあいいや、行こう。
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise calico who'd insisted on advising him. Holding his crown. He was There's only one thing left to do.
殺されるだけか。
Bend down his head.
だよ
Rest, I
ね。
think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
あ、行き地ってだからね。行ってみようかな。
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
これ気持ちいい。あ、この音いいな。上がる
But I
ね。
understand why we left.
なんでピンクバカだな、これ。
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
これだけちょっとリアルだな。
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
はあ。あー、びっくりした。
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
お。
That whole last day,
あ、さっき操
he
作のやつ
just
ね。
watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in
そ
your
れがもう
home.
食べ終わってるじゃん。
Why don't you go open it?
あ、
The
全員か。
grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving
あ、間違えた、もう。
tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our
I'm not
last...
leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
はいって行くじゃないよ。うわ。結構怖いやん。うわ。
the power had been shut off that
ここね。
morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Oh. どんな染み方なんだよ、やっぱり。ろうそく
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the
こっち
morning.
ね。
Okay?
うん。
Dear Edith, There's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Ah, 操作してもいいのね。
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
あら。
In an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
で戻ると消えない見えない
I got turned around.
振り向いたあれかな、ジョジョのあれかな、背中に立ってるあれかな、あれ。
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
待てよ俺の獲物
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them,
Pezzi.
they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and
Ah.
screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Huh?
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The
Oi.
next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
ふーって何だこれ。くれないね触ったかじゃないか。
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
あ、びっくりした。
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
難しい。
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
ああ。
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
心臓が鳴ってるような感じでコントローラーが動いている。
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
うわうわ。3あ、これってやり方わかんねえ。まさかやってしまった。こっからがよ。もういいや。気になるのこれ。あ、わけわかんねえ。これって終わりなの？やべえ、さっきのエンディングめっちゃ気になる。 ね。
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night to
飛ばせないのかこれ。
together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very specific.
終わり？
Present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to arm you now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide
同じだけどどういうことだ
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life.
にょほ
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
大丈夫です私が覚えてるんではい
I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
これからだ俺のものやってなんやあいつなんやあいつが
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
わ
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
あら何やってんのよ俺のだよ
Rip it, let go!
いや破れるべやめれよやめてけれお前
I kicked
お
and
貴様
screamed,
何やっ
but
てんだから
Mom dragged me to the car.
うわ
I
なん
never
なん
saw
だよ
her
おい
grandma Edie
お
again.
いやめろよやめろよ
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, and
もういい
she was
お
out
い
of the car.
おいってばお金あげるから許して
After
あ
that, we moved around a lot.
だからよ
We both tried to make the
も
best of it.
うやだねほんと
A A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
はい、仲良しと。なんつって。
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
やめるんだ。やめるんだ。
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
やだやだやだ。
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
そんなはずはない。
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story
なん
begins.
ということでしょ
I'm
う。
sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask,
知ら
but
な
I
い
don't want you to be sad that I'm
こと
gone.
が起きた。
I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
さあ、花を行きたまえ。うん。さっきまたね。エンディングだとかはとても気になるんだが。うわ、こんな子供がタバコを吸うなんて。あー、このタコあったな。あったあったあったあったあったあった。すげえ。あ、犬もいた、犬もいた。真っ黒す黒すぎやな。あ、カエルもいる。あー、なんだっけ、バーバレ。 うわー、何この左側の写真、怖っ。あったねー。すごいな、真ん中のおじさん、なんだっけ、ジュラシックワールドのさ、なんか息子を探している人の、息子を探してね、お父さんの役で出てきてたような気がする。プレイテスト。だから誰がわかんない。うわおお。2012か2017。The End。これ終了でいいのかな？ということでね、終了でございます。お疲れ様でした。変な覚え方だな。